station. So all the commuters getting off. Just was on this Comet train that came in here. Rode in from Aberdeen, Manawan. Came all the way this way. Trains going away. And there she goes. Welcome to Middletown train station. So, as you saw there, I just got off the train. As, I mean, obviously, you know, you do. And I'm at Middletown train station. I've never been to this train station before, I gotta admit. Some of the other ones I have actually seen before and physically took a train out of before. But this one is completely new for me. So, I'm here in Middletown. Just got off the train. This was the train bounded for Bayhead. So, we are on the track one side. This goes all the way to Long Branch and Bayhead, while the other side is the Newark and New York platform. It's kind of interesting that this one is. Some of the other ones we've seen already, these pillars have been like greenish in color, which matches with New Jersey Transit's whole color scheme of green and everything. But this is pretty unique. It's red. I have not seen this color used before, but we still got the architecture that has been seen with the rebuilds. So like the style of lamps that we saw at Little Silver and Red Bank, same awning design, all came from that 2003 renovation process where a lot of these stations turned to high platform. So you slowly walk over here. First of all, you see this is a very big ramp, to be fair. What? Because there's the ramp here, and they have a boarding, even though it says watch the gap. This station is ADA accessible. As we walk down this way, look at the seats. You know, this is actually like a really, you know, for being kind of a smaller station, this scenery here is very beautiful. It's kind of secluded. A lot of the other ones have had like shops around it or whatever. This is very secluded, and I did not even know this. I haven't seen it on the other ends, but I guess some little metal art, you know, chicken, fox, I have no idea what the hell that is. Horse and a deer. Neat. So this design again that was seen with a lot of the redesign and revamping. There is this road that literally just cuts through where the rails come in. But as we come over here, I'm assuming this is parts of the old track here because it is low level. And obviously they do not allow boarding here, because why the hell would they build that if you were supposed to just board down here? So I'm walking across. There's this really old looking train station, which is actually really cool. Now again, there's this busy ass road. We've got to stop. It's not really a light, but I guess that is stop signs. I love crossing over rail tracks. It feels so safe and so comfortable. Oh, that's why people stop, because there's a light over there. As we walk over here, there's a big sign that says Middletown Station. So, even though it doesn't look like much, this does service the town of Middletown, hence the name of the station. So, as we walk over here, some little ticket booths, not bad. I want to see this little station house. I don't believe this is the original one. This might be the second rail house that they built at this location. And I don't believe we were allowed in. Let's see what it says. Ah, yes, okay, that is what I thought. So the Middletown Station platform project dedicated February 1999. And this station house was built with it. But some bigger history behind this place. So this station here was constructed as part of the New York and Long Branch Railroad, which is a subsidiary of the Central Railroad of New Jersey and the Pennsylvania Railroad as a combined juncture. So this land that we are on currently, back in 1875, was owned by a family called the Conovers. So they had a giant farm that covered this entire land and plot that we see today. And back in 1875, they sold this land for $100. So $100 back then roughly is about $3,000 today for inflation. The station and eventually the line service began in 1876. This station sat in its current place, not here where the main station and everything is, but actually over here across the street. And I'm going to jaywalk when it's safe, because of course everyone loves jaywalking. But as we get closer, we're going to see the original station over there of Middletown. And actually, before I do that, I don't know where this is coming from. Fortunately, I'm not by the station, but I still can get a decent shot of wherever it is. Hopefully, at least. I don't actually even know where it is. I heard that things came down for it. Let's see if it's safe to cross. I hear it. I don't know where it's coming from, but let's sprint back over. Oh, there it is. Going to New York. I'll be taking that one soon. What time is it? Oh, it's 5:15. I think that's actually a little early. Strange. I'm gonna just walk back over here though. Huh. I guess it's not going yet. Weird. Yeah, this whole layout with the road is really strange. Are you kidding me? They let like 5 cars go? That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. They just lifted it for like 5 seconds. Oh, this is gonna blare. I'm gonna need to get back. It's gonna be really loud. Come on. No? What is this train? There it goes. Anyway, that weird train out of the way. I'm gonna try to cross here. It'd be really helpful if they had like a pedestrian sign here or something. This is really inefficient. Thank you. Alright, now we can cross. Anyway, with that out of the way, get back to what I was saying. So, yeah, the current position of the line has actually moved a lot farther up than it originally was. And I'm gonna walk over here. So I'm walking over here. This is roughly the position where the old Middletown train stood for the longest time. So as I'm walking over, I can explain a little more. So basically this is where it was until 1964, where basically the station was deemed to meet not up to code, not up to safety. So it was soon replaced and the refurbishment process was set up. So in 1964, they finished this rehabilitation process with the current descendants of the Conover family at the time and brought the station from over here, where this old train house is, to the current location. And then later, when the electrification happened for the North Jersey coastline, the current high level and station look that the station over there has was founded and created. Now, I felt like this is like really keen and a big part of kind of the station, to really look at this old train house. I felt like if I came here and I didn't go here, it would be somewhat of a disservice, even though it's quite a bit away from the main station over there. But I still wanted to, you know, check it out. So basically, when they were done and started doing the rehabilitation service for the station, they decided that it would not feel right for them to demolish the old Middletown train house. And so they decided to keep it. And I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea if it's open, but they decided to keep it basically as a historical museum, somewhat of a small historical museum. And I say I have no idea if this is open because I literally could not find hours online. So I'm just kind of blindly walking over here. They say it is a place you can visit, so it's not like it's off limits for me to walk up here and walk this way. You can even see Middletown Township Historical Society, Monmouth County, New Jersey. I wonder if it's just open? It does seem to be a door handle. Might just be open only at certain times. No, it's definitely locked. But this rusty shack looking thing was the old train house. Now, I'm not going to bore you with my walk over, but I think it's pretty cool that even though this place is so old, like I think this is one of the oldest train stations we have looked at for this line and in general, and even though they literally sent it probably like 500 feet down the road, they still kept the old station building. Some other places, like we saw with Red Bank, I mean, they just kept it there. They haven't touched it at all. Little Silver, they renovated to have air conditioning and a rook coffee place. But I think it's cool that they kept this one in place. I also wanted to say that I know I gave Red Bank a 6 out of 10. I'm kind of looking back on that. I rather think it's like a 7 out of 10. It's mostly just because there's not much to do around the station, to be honest. But the amount of people that go there and the, you know, connections and everything, I kind of rethought about it after I made that video, and I decided it probably should get like a 7 out of 10 at least. And like, I think that's more in line with my grading system. And if you don't really understand what my grading system is, it's kind of more like a vibey type of system, you know? I'm kind of just going off of like, would I enjoy being there? Would I enjoy the scenery? Is there things to do? You know, what can I actually get out of going to the station other than I am parking here and I park my car here and I go. And then when I get off the train, I get back into my car and I go home. You know, I'm looking at it like that. Like, is there something for me to do other than just to get the fuck back in my car? That's really all I'm looking for. And that's kind of my rating system. So like the fact that there's, you know, stores nearby or connections to buses, you know, in case I don't actually have a car. You know, those are the things that I'm kind of grading for. And already this station's gonna get a little bit lower because there really isn't much here. Like, the only building other than the museum that is there is like this arts center over here, which I really haven't showed much. But honestly, I don't know what goes on there, and it doesn't seem like too many people are going in there, and I don't really foresee that you're going off the trade specifically for this arts center, you know. But so I'm walking back. It is kind of pretty though. It is a very secluded station, you know. There's not much noise other than this one busy street. And as we can see here, I'm 99% sure this is for the parking lot for the New York bound trains. But I do not know if it's New Jersey Transit or the Middletown. So I think I saw this board said it was the Middletown parking. Yeah, so this is through, I guess, the township of Middletown. So you do have to park, at least in this lot, $5 per day, and you can read all that stuff. Oh, and it's MPay too, which is an app you have to get on your phone. Or seems like you could probably buy a ticket here. But yeah, interesting. Now as we walk over here, I wanted to make note of the amount of passengers that get here. So following the same study we've been looking at, this station, according to the 2012 study by New Jersey Transit, this station surprisingly got 1,487 passengers, and that is on an average weekday. So I mean, that's pretty impressive, all things considered. But this station's, for me at least, seeming a bit on the smaller end. But as we can see over here, got some bike racks. As we're walking, oh, something's coming in. I believe it's the Bayhead one. I mean, there's more people over there, and usually they do New York Bayhead type of deal. So I would be fairly surprised if it's not a Bayhead Long Branch train. However, that is not the one that I need to be taking. I'm going to be taking the New York bound one, because I need to get to the next station, which we do not know what that is yet, but you can kind of figure it out. I mean, saying that I'm going to take the New York one back. So this is the New York platform, track 2, and I hear it behind me. as it's coming in. That one was not blaring like the other one was. But like always, nice little multi-level. Not too bad. I was really hoping I got it on the multi-level on the way here, but most likely I'll get it on the multi-level anyway on my way back, so that's fine. But like we've always seen, they have these weird glass pane things, and this is consistent with the other ones that had the refurbishment process. Some advertisements, a couple benches. I mean, it's not too bad here, I'm gonna be real. However, one thing I can't really find is any departure boards. And even like Red Bank had a dot matrix, even though they didn't have any departure boards. I'm gonna see if it's at the other end, but this is really strange. They have none. It really kind of leaves you in the dark with when trains are coming in and when they aren't. I guess I can't really find any speakers. I don't hear any. There's no speakers here too. In my mind, the grading of this station's just getting lower and lower. Like, it's pretty and all, but it's like I got no idea the information here. Maybe there is some on the other end. I don't see any. I mean, they do have a ticket machine at the middle of the station, which is helpful. And I guess that does give you some information. But I'd rather have like hanging signs at least. If you're not gonna have full-on departure boards. I mean, I see some over there. I see one which has the advertisements and stuff. That's what they kind of departure boards as. I can see, I guess, from here, the New Jersey Transit ad went away. Would help. No? You're just gonna stick on it? Okay, fine. You know, showing the whole route. So it goes... They do have Monmouth Park. That's where we are, Red Bank. And not Red Bank, Middletown. It's all the way to New York Penn Station. Are you gonna show anything? Nope, you're just like that. Cool. But yeah, I've like literally zero way to figure out where the hell a train is coming in. I mean, it is nice that there's, you know, benches and things. But that's really it. I mean, this is very bare bones, I feel. Which is surprising that they don't have that much when this is one of the busier stations on the line, you know? But for the New York side, there's not much to be seen here. A fun little thing I see here is I don't see a way to get across. Maybe it goes underneath? That would be really weird if it's like a tunnel. Maybe it is. This station is very weird and confusing. Now, I'm literally having to pull up my phone right now.
Here's what I found.
Thanks, Siri. I'm literally having to pull up my phone right now to see the departure board. Obviously, I don't have the departure board in my head. It says there's a Penn Station in 18 minutes. So, I guess that's helpful. But the fact that I have to look it up on my phone is a little worrying because, I don't know, what if you don't have a phone or your phone's dead? There's really no way. Oh my god, it is a tunnel. This is crazy. So you literally, for this end of it, they decided, yeah, let's not have direct path over. Let's have a place that you have to walk down and get over. And there's no way in hell this is ADA. There's no elevators, nothing. So if you ever come to the station and you're handicapped, you better go on the other side. Oh, they do have bicycle lockers like we saw at Red Bank, at least. This is the parking lot here. I mean, for what they say, how many people come here, I mean, it's a huge parking lot. So I guess it makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, this station. I mean, I'm walking up to this other side and I'm only going to do it for like a little short time because I don't want to miss my train connection, even though it's 60 minutes, so it'll probably be fine. But actually, I could just walk across to the other platform, end of the platform. But honestly, not a huge fan of this station. There's just not much to it, you know. I mean, there's ample seating, sure, good amount, which is helpful, you know, having seating and waiting for the train. It's good to have seating, but the fact there's no departure boards is just slightly crazy. Like, there was 3 ticket machines in total, none on the Middletown side, from what I like, the Bayhead side, I mean. The station's not doing great. I hate it because it's so cute here. It's like Nelson in the woods, but man, I gotta give it like a 4 or a 5 out of 10. It's not great. Other stations have been a lot better, and there is potential here. At least put up some like over here. There's just a ton of dead space. So, like, you could put in like a departure board here, or like have some signs. You have the hanging space. Hell, there's no mic, there's no speakers either. So if they gotta make announcements, there's no way for you to hear it. Oh, there's like a few here, but it's not like those things ain't gonna be too loud. But yeah, I feel like this station has to be like a 4 or 5. It can't be any higher. But yeah, as I'm walking down here, again, these glass things. I mean, some of the other stations had like history on them, and this just has glass. I mean, it's just, and there's no real like sheltered seating underneath other than these awnings. But I'm trying to also see, is there a thing that says parking over here? Is there anything about parking? Oh, there is. Okay. Daily parking. Parking for vehicles with yearly permits. Vehicles improperly parked or without. So you literally have to so literally, if you don't have a permit for here, you get towed or get a fine. Just that fact alone, it screams that they made this station, and the station is only for commuters. They're not trying to get this for other people, like any daily people that are just going to, you know, New York City or doing something with family. Like that is not what this station is for. This station is purely just for commuters. I can't rate it highly. I think I'm gonna stick with a 4 for this station, because there's just so much lacking, and it just doesn't seem, you know, like there's really any, like there's nothing to do outside of the station except go home. There's no way to know when your train is coming in. Hey. But yeah, we're back over here on the New York platform, and well, now we just wait.
Middletown customers. The next
Oh, there are speakers.
on track 2 will be the
Where the hell are they?
4 p.m. eastbound train to Penn Station, New York. Stopping
Well,
at Hazlitt,
here comes my train that I gotta get on.
South Amboy, Perth Amboy,
Wait.
Woodbridge,
Hitch.
Newark, Penn Station, Secaucus, and Penn Station, New York. Please stand back from the yellow line. Please watch the gap between the train and the platform before you.
Oh. Both came at the same time. Huh. Strange. There's that one, the Bayhead. That's not the one I'm going on. There's mine. There she is. Well, I gotta hop on this one. I'm heading to the next station. So, hopefully, it will be sooner than my Red Bank to little silver one. Actually, I'll do a little walk on into the train and then go. Oh, that's a bathroom car. Neat. Well, I'm going up.
What's that?
See you at the next one.